In 2005, Kimi Räikkönen took his last win in a McLaren in arguably one of the most exciting races at the Suzuka racetrack in Japan. Starting a lowly 17th due to a wet qualifying session for the front runners the day before, Räikkönen fought his way through from the back and took the eventual win, passing Giancarlo Fisichella on the last lap in a breathtaking move into Turn 1. Here at ILR, our next classic event, this Sunday the 15th of October at 17:30 hours GMT, will look to emulate that great race by pitting our two team captains from our last classic event against each other. Captaining the first team is our defending champion and current championship leader, McLaren Fan 96, aka George Masters. Leading the opposition is the man usually just one place ahead of George in the TT times. That man is ILR AJR, aka Adrian Crowley. Tonight's team selection will see Adrian and George take it in turns to pick members for their team for this classic event. However, we have two noticeable absentees for this week. David Harris, aka Bofar, is celebrating his first wedding anniversary with his lovely wife Hannah. Congratulations to the pair of you. And secondly, Jace Mack, our friend, Mac and me, it's his birthday. He said he's not going to be here because he'll more than likely be incapacitated. Congratulations on your birthday, Jason, even though you probably don't want to see the cards and the numbers on it. So what does this mean? This means that George and Adrian are short a team member, and this is where you can come in. So this Sunday, the 15th of October, 7:30 PM GMT, we have two spaces. The gamer tags for Adrian and George are on the screen now. Whichever side you take the fancy of after this video, why not Xbox Live them, drop them a message and see if you're the person that they pick to join the team. Okay, so George, as championship leader, you will have the first pick, and what I've done is I've grouped into pairs the races from the championship.
Yep.
However, AJ, as the person chasing in the championship, you get first dibs on the cars. So we have the Renault R26 and we have the McLaren MP423. What car are your team going to be racing in, AJ? Is it Renault or is it McLaren? Is it Fisichella or is it Räikkönen?
Sorry, George, it'll have to be McLaren.
McLaren Fan 96 in a Renault. First blood has been drawn.
Yeah, absolutely. That's going to be a big psychological factor for me on Sunday.
Okay, George, so, but you do have the first pick of the races. So, as I said, I've put them into pairs. So, the first pair, we have Cookie Chip, Josh Cook, and we have GTX racer, Tom Christian. Which one is going to be racing for you?
I'll pick Tom, please. GTX racer.
So, AJ, you get Josh Cook, Cookie Chip.
I like that.
Okay, so the next pair then, AJ, this is your first pick. Right, the next pair is ILR Aero, Joe Hoare, and the one American, Jason Wilcox. Who will be racing for you?
Jason.
How do you feel about that, George? You've got Joe.
Very capable driver, Joe. You know, when he's performing, he performs well.
He'll be fine.
Yeah, agreed.
Okay then, right, George, you've got the next pick then. So the next pairing is Gary Albone 1990 and Mr. F1 Radio Callum Byrne. Which driver will be racing for you?
I'd have Callum, please.
AJ, you got Gary. How do you feel about that?
No, that's grand.
Okay then, AJ, next pick for you. The next two drivers, ESR Dragoon, Mark Robbins, Bristol's finest, and Stephen J. Hayes 83. There's less said about him, the better.
Oh,
Has
that's
to
a
be
really,
that
really
Stephen
tough
J.
choice,
Hayes
AJ.
guy, I'd say.
Shocking
Am I
choice.
driving for you, am I?
Yes, you are. Because if
Thank
you're
you,
going to be
AJ.
road
Love you.
blocking, I much prefer to have you road blocking for me than fucking road blocking me.
I feel I need to drop a link to my video from last week's race in the comments below to see 11 laps of car widening.
I tell you what, I watched it. Your POV, Stephen, and watching now, I'm so glad because it's relevant to me that you jumped up into the pits as soon as I caught you. I was like, geez, I don't want to be trying to pass you.
and for me to run wide in turn 1 and put myself behind him again a second time, like.
Moving on. George, the next pick is yours.
Yep.
We have for you the next pair of racers. Gentleman's Racer, William Martin, and Virus 0089.
Probably go with Will. Yeah, Gentleman's Racer.
And AJ, how do you feel about that?
No, I'm happy to have Virus on my team.
AJ, next pick is yours. We have CSL Stuka, Roman Gaspar, and we have C Stealth, Eric Jan Height. Which racer will be racing for you?
Oh, I'll take Stealth. EJ.
You're taking EJ. You're bringing EJ to Team AJ. And George, how do you feel about that? He's absolutely epic on Project Cars.
That's got to be the aim, but yeah, I mean, he's an absolute beast on that game, Project Cars, which is obviously the more realistic sim. It just proves, though, that F1 is a tricky little game.
Well, George, the next pairing is for you to pick.
Yeah.
Got a good pairing here. A bit sort of Marmite, chalk and cheese, perhaps. Believe it or not, they're next to each other in the championship tables.
Oh, okay.
We have Sheldini 27, Callum McHugh, and Nova Vulcan, Ollie Marples. Sheldini, of course, blindingly fast, but will he finish the race?
Yeah.
Nova Vulcan, not with the pace, but does finish. So, which way do you go?
Absolutely. I'm going to go better the devil you know, in the sense of Ollie, because I know Ollie will definitely get to the end, and I know more of him than Sheldini. So
AJ, how can you get the best performance out of Callum on Sunday night?
I don't know, pay someone to put a shotgun to the back of his head.
I like that. Brutal management at its finest.
So the final pairing, AJ, it's your pick. So we have ILR Mercedes GB, Mr. Hayden Ellis, or we have Jimmy 1711, the ever elusive James Ellison.
No, I'll take Hayden. He impressed me there last.
You'll take Hayden.
I'll take Hayden. He's improved big time.
So George, you've got a bit of a challenge there with Jimmy. What can you do to make sure Jimmy attends this event and finishes this event?
Well, I didn't want to say, but AJ's opened the can of worms. I think a shotgun to the back of the head sounds like the way to go. Just tell him be there, or you won't see anything again. So, yeah, death. The threat of death, I think, is the way forward here.
Can I just say that ILR no way affiliates the use of shotguns at the back of heads?
Yeah, I was thinking to Stephen. Stephen, you got to say something here, man.
That's right. I'm in charge of the ass covery here. Don't worry, that's fine. And in all seriousness, Jimmy, please attend the Grand Prix. We'd love to have you on track. So finally, to our dearly departed, there is a pairing that aren't here this week. That's David Harris Beaufort and Macamee, J Smack. David is off having his having a break with his wife because it's their first year wedding anniversary, and Jace Mack I think is getting smashed because it's his birthday. Any pearly words of wisdom for either of them, AJ?
Jesus.
Jesus would probably be a good start for Dave, being the religious man that he is.
Yeah.
And George, any words of wisdom, as AJ seems to be a little short on them?
Any words of wisdom for the departed? Well, I just say, when you've got a week off, you've got to just get smashed and have fun. What's the point? Otherwise, just go have a laugh.
Brilliant. So as they are not here,
not really words of wisdom, it's words of stupidity. Probably is a better term, but yeah.
I have seen your Shuey video, yes.
Yeah.
So obviously you're both on the scrounge now. Then you're on the scrounge for another racer to fill in.
We are indeed.
AJ, as you were full of words a moment ago, hopefully you've had a bit more time to think about a pitch. Why should people look to race with you?
Why not? There's a good league to race in. We have a bit of crack and we have a bit of banter, and that's all it is about.
George?
Absolutely no fun with me. It's all about winning, and if you're not prepared to try and your best to win, then I don't want you in my... No, I'm only kidding. No, that's all it is. Banter. Yeah. This league is a brilliant sort of gathering point. It's one of the highlights of the week for me. Coming on, having a laugh with everybody. But it's obviously a bit serious when you get on track. But I'm leading the championship. I like to think I'm a good guy at heart as well. So. Okay. Yeah, we can for the moment, for the next 7 rounds as well. Hopefully. It's the main thing is ILR's brilliant league, and I'm not on a retainer, I promise. Stephen's not forced me to say any of this. It's a really good league. Yeah, like I said, the banter's top notch, and we enjoy racing. I don't think anything else needs to be added.
No, you've said it all right there.
Well, thank you, chaps, for your time this evening. Hopefully you
Pleasure,
struck a
Thomas.
chord with some of the people I'll be spamming this to. If you're one of those people that have been spammed, hello. We know you. We see your race. And other than that, I can't say any more than what George has just said there. Hopefully we'll see you on track soon.